Welcome to this demonstration of features on the 42 Crunch security platform in release 1.16. So the first feature we're going to look at is improvements that have been made in the reporting on conformance scanning. So just a reminder that conformance scanning is being able to scan an API against an open API contract or a Swagger specification, and then being able to assess the correctness of the behavior of that API. And the new features that we're looking at in this report is an improvement really on the journey that a team has to undertake in getting their API to be fully conformant with the specification. So if we have a look at the results, this is a new visual that is showing from left to right kind of the journey from having an endpoint that is failing both in the response code that it's receiving and also in its adherence to the contract. So the left-hand side is where both of these are returning an unexpected or a failed result. And then over on the right-hand side, we have a full success where the API is behaving exactly as expected per the contract. And really the intent here is that the teams would take a journey on getting all of the endpoints moving to that green end state. Right, so we've also improved a lot of the filtering and capability on this to be able to filter. So if we click on, let's just pick an example here. We've now applied a filter on that view, so we're only looking at 32 cases, and let's just have a look at an example of where we're not behaving. So what's happened here is we receive a 200 response code, which is incorrect. We've actually got a failure here, but we're returning a 200 OK error code, and that's unexpected. So what happens here is the contract is correct. We get the correct result from the contract, so that's successful. But the response code is incorrect. Let's just apply another filter. So what's happening here is we're getting a lot of 403s, which we're not expecting according to the contract. But what we can see is that, again, we've got a successful adherence to the contract. And then in cases where we're green, and we're getting, let's pick one where we're getting user information. So what happens here is we're getting a 200, which was expected, and we're getting the correct data response coming back. So that gives us green on both of those, and we can filter on that. We can remove the filters as well. So we've got everything back. We've also got improved filtering on the left-hand side. You can filter by methods, and you can also filter on individual endpoints. So what we're doing here is we're looking, and let's just have a look at that user info that we were looking at a second ago. So there's the user info. We can see the various endpoints. We can see the one case that's passed. We can see the other ones that have failed. These are methods that weren't implemented correctly. We've returned a 403. We shouldn't be returning that. So we can apply those filters and then obviously remove those filters as well. And also there's the ability here to be able to filter on the OWASP top 10 methods. So we'll have a look. We're not going to, let's see something we can find here. If we have particular OWASP categories, we can also filter on severities, and we can search issues. So hopefully that is a much more powerful view for users to consume those conformance scan reports. You know, there's a far greater number of filters that can be applied, and then this idea of that we take you down this security journey from where both are failing and to that desired state, we both end up passing. The second feature we're going to look at here now is the security quality gates. So security quality gate, we can see currently we're passing that security quality gate. Think of a security quality gate as a collection of rules and criteria that can be applied against an API, either on the audit or on a conformance scan. And the idea is that you're able to, as an organization, to create a variety of quality gates, and using the tagging mechanism to selectively apply these to individual APIs within collections. And what this means is that you can set a baseline security quality gate that the organization needs to achieve, and then take your development teams through a journey and to get them to increasingly improve their security posture. So the idea is that you would be able to apply different quality gates to different APIs. So, for example, if you've got a mission critical or a business critical API, you can apply a much higher security criteria against that. So let's have a look how the security quality gates work under the hood. So we have the concept of a default security quality gate. As the documentation says there, this is the default that's applied to all APIs unless they're tagged. And there's a default for the organization. You can customize that quality gate, and what I've done here is we've set a fairly lax requirement on this. We're only looking for critical issues, and we've set a baseline score of 70. So that's the default quality gate. And what I'll show you now, when we do the audit, we can see we're passing that. We can have a look at the approval report, and we can see that we only have the default security quality gate applied. Now, what we'd like to do is we'd actually like to raise the bar on that API. So what we'll do is we're going to use the tagging mechanism. And let's actually, before we do that, let's have a look at how those tags are created. So we have a category for security quality gate tags, and we've created a quality gate tag called colon maximal tag, and we're going to have a look at that security quality gate. And that's the one there. And what we can see is we've lowered that, we've raised the bar criteria. So we're looking at anything that's got info level on security is going to trigger this. So it's a much stricter security quality gate. And then what I will do now is I'll go back to the API. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag that API, and I'm going to apply the maximal. So we've applied a maximal tag. We can see that tag has taken effect. We'll rerun the scan. Right, we can see that we're failing on security quality gates. So if we go and look at the quality gates, we failed the security audit. We'll have a look at the actual report and see what we failed. So we can see we've passed the default quality gate, but we failed the maximal. Right, and what are we failing on? Response definition and primarily on the authentication. Right, so we're going to have a look at. We can again go and look at those issues. And we'll see that these are high severity and they're being blocked by that quality gate. Okay, so the intent here is that you can make as many of these quality gates as you want. We're going to have a look at the various ones that I've got defined. I've got a minimal, and through the tagging mechanisms, you can apply these to individual APIs. And really, again, just that intent of the design behind this and how organizations should be using this is set a default security quality gate that allows your developers to proceed and then progressively raise that bar, right, and improve your security posture. Finally, we're going to look at the default rules that we have. So if we go onto the platform, we have a look at customizations. Just a quick reminder what customizations are. These allow you to create a custom set of rules on the platform. And we can see an example here where we can set categories, we can ignore authentication checks, we can skip individual IDs, we can set sensitivity, various factors. We can create these for both audit, so that's the code audit, and we can also set those for the conformance scanner. And a new feature on the platform is the fact that we've provided out of the box, your platform will be provisioned with both a default rule for the audit and a default rule for scan. And as that description says, if there's no other audit rules applied or customizations applied, then you will pick up that default. And so that just means that there will be some audit rule in place. And then obviously what you can do is you can also update those rules as you desire for your organization, and you can also clone those rules with the copy function, and then also a reminder through the tagging mechanism. You can go and set custom rules. So there are really a lot of options for being able to fully customize the behavior of the audit and the scanner.